Moving to item 10, Justin Delancey, how appropriate that you got a compliment this morning, or this evening, huh?
It was a great primer. I really do appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. Let's see.
I'm going to let you tell everybody who you are. And
Yes, sir. Give me just one moment. We got that one. All right. Does that look right for everyone? Justin Delancey with Charter Communications. Everyone probably knows us better as Spectrum. Thank you guys for the invitation to come speak tonight to provide you with an update on our broadband project. Also want to take the time to thank the county, also partners with the Reidsville Area Foundation, the community colleges and the local school system for this project. It's really a groundbreaking project for the state. We're excited about it. So I want to give you a quick project overview, talk about the construction process for one of our projects, where we are in that process, and then I assume we're going to have probably some robust questions about where we are and then going forward. So let's see, best way. So to start you off, this project, we like to talk about this project as being a complete connector for the county for broadband. Everyone has seen, I'm sure you've heard from your constituents, broadband is really turning into being a key utility for individuals to be able to work, be able to get medicine, healthcare, really be a part of 21st century America and North Carolina. So we're really excited to kind of bring that to the county. This particular project, at this point in time, is about 4,300 passings. That includes homes and businesses. That is this project, and then we'll also talk about the RDOF project, which is a Rural Digital Opportunity Fund. That's a federal grant that Charter is building separate and apart, but our construction teams will be building the RDOF builds as well as this county build together at the same time. So there won't be a lag between when citizens that may be in an RDOF area get service and citizens that are in this grant will get service. Of course, homes and businesses will get complete fiber to the premise, which will allow them to have top-tier industry service. Those service offerings are going to include TV, internet, home phone, and Spectrum also has a mobile service as well that citizens will be eligible for. The deadline for completion of this project is January 2024. As you can see, this is spread out very generously across the county. We hit every corner. You're probably wondering what the different colored dots are. They're all address points that we've identified as unserved in the county after our walkout. We'll speak in a few minutes more about what a walkout is, but basically the green dots are dots that we identified in a desktop design. Then your yellow dots are dots that we added to the project after our walkout. Red dots are businesses and or homes that we've added after the walkout. And then you may see a purple dot scattered here and there. Those appear to be vacant properties that were either included in the desktop design that need to be taken out or just kind of left out there to see kind of where they go during the course of this project. But the main point of this slide is just to see that this really affects every corner of the county, every community. Everyone's getting something out of this project. I will offer, if you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt. It won't throw me off or anything, and I'm happy to handle that however you guys want to do it. Want to talk to you about our typical build process. We have a few different phases: walkout, design, permitting, make ready, construction, and activation. Whenever we begin a construction project, we start out with a walkout, which is exactly how it sounds. We've got either contractors or Spectrum employees that will physically walk or drive every single foot of a proposed project. This particular project was about 369 miles of walkout. So it's not a small task, right? And you guys know your county, it's not flat. So we had to hop on some ATVs at some point. It was a really interesting walkout. During that walkout, we survey, the heights of the poles, the conditions that the poles are in, because we attach to power poles to bring the internet to homes. And we, sort of take every measurement that we possibly can so that we can create an in-depth design plan for the project. When we create a design plan, we do everything from plan out how many feet of cable we're going to need, how many feet of fiber. We plan out where we're going to have drop boxes. We plan out where anything and everything that we think we're going to need to plan, we do it in that design phase. Next, we have our permitting and make ready. While they're two separate stages, they kind of run concurrently, so I like to talk about them concurrently. In permitting and pole access, we have to work with the pole owners to get access to each individual pole that we're going to be hanging on to. It's a negotiation for every pole. Sometimes those negotiations go well, sometimes they don't. And that can really either speed up or hinder the process of construction in a project. We've been, I think, very fortunate in the county so far that our permitting and make ready has gone very well. Make ready, of course, there are times when we have old poles that need to be replaced before we can add on. And so that'll slow us down, but as you can see, that's just part of the construction process. We'll replace poles. And then, sorry about that. And then on to your typical construction activities. We've got guys, you'll see them in the bucket trucks. They'll string line, they'll string cable, we'll connect the individuals' houses, and then as soon as that connection is made, people can be activated for service. It's a very quick, general description of what we're doing and what's going on. Where we are currently in the process, we have completed the walkout and the design. We are going through the permitting and make-ready process, and we have actually begun construction. We've hung about 36 miles of cable and fiber. We've started, if you go in Eden and come down 700 to Oregon Hill Road, that's sort of the area that we're working on right now, and we'll continue to kind of wrap around the county as we have permitting available to keep going. We've got 6 crews working steadily every day in the county right now, and we feel very confident that we're going to hit that January due date. So we feel like we're in a really good place right now. Those are all sort of the prepared remarks that I had. I assume there will be some questions. I'm happy to take questions from the commission, from anybody that has any.
Gentlemen?
I just want to make sure that people at home are aware of the ability to plug in their address to make sure that you get the information that you need to make sure they're on the list. I believe that's on our website. Is that right, Lance?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is there any certain thing on the website? I hadn't looked at it in a while. So is there any certain thing on the website they need to look for?
Derek, is it?
There are 2 different ways on the website. On the main page, there's a broadband button that people can click on that takes them straight to that page, or you can just type in rockinghamcountync.gov/broadband, and it takes you straight to the page. So we have a hot link that goes straight to it, or a button click on the main page. And if they submit their address, it'll say they're active as part of this project. If they're not, it goes into a database that me and Christy review that we then share with Spectrum.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I've had at least one call about stringing these in this wet weather, and I understand, being a general contractor, that you are up against it. So for the public out there, there's 360-some miles that you're doing. Not all of them are through gullies and kudzu fields. Some of them are through well-maintained lawns. Is there a process that your company has for going back and helping these people repair that at some appropriate time when the weather is more conducive to that?
Absolutely, and we make, so, one, we don't ever want to leave a site. It's our goal and our contractor's goal to never leave a site worse than we found it. But as you know, there are some times when it's unavoidable, or, when a contractor may get a little careless. If those instances happen, we have, if a customer searches online, we have online information on how to get in touch with us, or if they reach out to you or Mr. Metzler, to Derek, I'm easily accessible, and we'll take care of it very quickly.
Thank you.
It's something that we really try hard to make sure that we're not a nuisance or an inconvenience to customers as we come through and establish service.
Keep rolling, don't slow up. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You've heard?
Mr. Delancey, you used the term, I believe, groundbreaking when you were describing the project that we're doing. Just for anybody that may be watching this not familiar with this project, could you just kind of give an overview of how this compares to what's going on in other parts of the state?
So this was the first complete county build in the state, and as far as I'm aware of, maybe the second deal in the southeast region of the country. I mean, this is truly, when you talk about a local government entity partnering with a private provider on this scale, there have been some small scale partnerships in the past where you look at doing a block of addresses here, a block there, but when we talk about doing, what we're trying to do with this project, an almost complete county build out, it's truly unprecedented. And especially when you fold in having the nonprofit partners that you have, the education partners that you have in the county, and making this work, it was truly something different, and something that we're really grateful to be a part of. I can say that once you guys kind of set the tone, a lot of counties became very interested in trying to figure out how they could do something like that. You guys really set the stage for the future of growth in the state.
Thank you.
Sir.
You also, in one of the slides, it mentioned mobile phones.
Yes, sir.
I know I've had a lot of folks at least comment to me, and I've had some not so great experience with mobile coverage in our county. I know there's multiple carriers.
Yes, sir.
What kind of impact would what you're laying as far as the wiring have on mobile phones and maybe greater access?
So what this would do, whenever, how we set up our mobile phone service is, it sort of acts off of the Wi-Fi in your home. So when you're in your home and you've got your internet, your phone is operating through your home Wi-Fi. So you don't really have to worry about if your home is near a cell phone tower away. It's basically a VoIP phone at that point in time operating over your internet. And then when you go out into the community, it acts as a traditional cell phone feeding from a tower. If there are any public Wi-Fi spots, it will hone in on that. I mean, it's, and I have an iPhone, it's the same brand name phones as every other carrier, same service capabilities as every other carrier. It just latches onto your home internet as a primary focus.
Other questions? I've got one. I think since a lot of times we feel like a complaint department, but I'm going to pass one on to you. Don't feel picked on, because usually I pass them on to Mr. Southern back there, and he's quite good. But the frustration from some would-be customers when they see your trucks stopping short of their homes by sometimes 100 yards or so, and their neighbors have service and they don't.
And so what I would do is certainly urge you guys, if someone comes to you with a case like that, let me know. We never really know kind of what the issue is there. It could be the design is set up as such where we've got one group bringing in fiber from one direction, they stop. We've got another group bringing in fiber from another direction, and there's going to be a connection in front of those houses. I'm doing a much smaller scale build in Caswell County right now, and that's just how the design has set up in some places in Caswell, where we've literally had some addresses just kind of be that connection point. And, maybe one neighbor has service a week ahead of another neighbor or something like that. So reach out to us, let us know when you hear that. There are a lot of things that we can do to extend service certain distances. We will be as flexible as we possibly can to make sure that everyone that can get served within a reasonable manner will get served.
Excited to have this improvement in service, and we appreciate all the efforts you're making on behalf of our county. Are there other questions for Mr. Delaney? It only remains to thank you very much.
Well, thank you, guys, and look forward to keep working with you, and we'll get something. I think we're going to end up with something really great out of this project.